Hello, love. So I know this might be a little flowery for some people, but I think for my people it's gonna stick. So, you know, when somebody's like trying to mend something with you, or all of a sudden, you know, you get the text that you wanted to get, the apology, and you're like, oh, you know, this person's trying, but it's like the 8 millionth time that they've been trying in your brain, right? So you kind of stick it out always with the assumption like, oh, this is how they try, and I kind of feel bad because look, they will a little bit submit or love or like surrender to reality when, you know, they've gone a little bit too far. And every time they go too far, then they know it. So then they're like, oh, you know, I'm going to give you what you want. But they do it over and over and over again. I just had this I wrote on my art wall the other day. We have this chalk wall on our house, and it just came to me doing the dishes. Like trying is not the same thing as vying. And people like where we are, guys. So people who compulsively, or I shouldn't say it like that, people who continue in your life to put you in situations where you're like thinking, well, at least they're trying, right? And then you kind of pity them. That's exactly what they want. But those kinds of people usually, and this is the sad part for somebody who's really empathic to understand and who's more of I love everybody. I believe they all have the best intentions. They're all trying. Oh, I can save this person. I can help this person. I can teach this person something. So people like that are often vying, not trying. And when we misinterpret that vying as trying, we can put ourselves in a 3-dimensional reality in danger, and it can fuck up our whole life, right? So driving home the point is this. When you get that text and it's like the 800th time, it's like, okay, this person kind of owes me an apology. Look, at least they're trying. And you want to be like, oh, thank you, God, this person's trying. People like that want to continue to vie. What you will consider their trying is their vying. And what I mean by that is they're in competition. They want to win. They have something more that they want out of you that they think they're not going to get if they went a little bit too far, and then they have to kind of pull back. And when they pull back, you're like, oh, look, it's working. My boundary worked. That's amazing. And I guess it is to a degree. But if that person still wants something out of you another time, they want to continue to kind of cross your boundaries, and then they pull back and they'll do it again and again. And that is them vying. That is them being in competition with something that they're trying to get out of you at a future moment. So they will impulsively do the thing, piss you off, step over the boundary, whatever the thing is. And when you get that, like, oh, I'm trying. Look, here's the apology. And you want to kind of feed into it. And it's the 300th time that you tell yourself, well, look, at least they're trying. It's very likely that that person is vying for something that you have, that they want, that they think that because they went a little bit too far, you're not going to give them in the future. So it's not really a trying to be an honest reciprocal relationship with you as much as it is a vying to know what they have to do in order to keep you where they want you so they can continue to extract or mine things out of you that they want from you. So trying, my love, I want you to remember this, is not the same thing as vying, and vying is not the same thing as trying. And if you mix up the two, and you can tell because the longevity of the trying should, at this point, determining like how far you are down the road, it's probably vying, not trying. So I don't want you to live in this delusion of, in this particular dimensional reality, that this is actually their effort. Both vying and trying take effort. That's the only thing they really have in common. I mean, so the effort, though, in one way is I want to connect with you. I want to know you. I want to respect you. I want to see you as you. And that is an honest relationship, right? But the vying is, okay, I have to give you what you want right now. I have to win this time by doing the appropriate thing so that later I can get something out of you, because really people like that are in competition with everything, right? But they are in competition even with the thing that they're trying to get out of you, that they're feeling like, oh, this person's not giving this to me, right? So Vying people are not the kinds of relationships that you and I as people, like our frequency, should really have in our space, because we are the people that will give them the benefit of the doubt, will go, oh, at least this is them trying, right? Trying is not the same thing as vying. And if we mix up the two in our head, that's when we stay in relationships that are absolutely just sucking the life out of you for far too long, right? So we have to get on the ground about that. That if it's been so long that this person continues to try, maybe redefine your definition of trying with them and recognize that actually that's a vying. Bye. Have a great day.